On May 25, Philippine Wrestling Revolution uploaded this match to their official YouTube account. The bout between Ica de Leon and Zayden Trudeau, get it? 'Cause he's from Canada. Get it? Was highly touted as the best match of PWR's biggest annual event, Revolution X. Watching this match, one thing in particular stands out to me. Some of the things here seem familiar. Really familiar. Too familiar. Intertextuality is the way that pieces of art, performance, or language interact and refer to images, symbols, and motifs from our shared cultural past. For example, when Ica de Leon nails Zayden Trudeau with a cannonball in the corner, you might remember Kevin Owens doing the same move on WWE television or on the independent scene before that. The JDL vs Trudeau match is rife with intertextual moments like that, and it's clear to see why. In the Philippines, more than any other place in the world, the pro wrestling industry has been started by the fans. The roots of the three major companies in the country come from internet wrestling fans who took it upon themselves to reignite the culture here in the country. The long tradition and lineage and training that you might find in a place like the States or Japan simply doesn't exist here. Because of that, the fan perspective bleeds into how in-ring stories are told. When you look at the way the JDL Trudeau match is structured, it seems almost like a checklist of match tropes instead of a single cohesive story being told. Opening technical exchange? Check. Dive to the outside? Double check. Elbow exchange? Check. Finisher kick out? Check. What ends up being produced is not a good match per se. Instead, what we get is more the idea of a good match. Specifically, what a person might expect to see in a good match on Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, or New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh, the New Japan references in this match. The problem with intertextual moments like this is that it tends to cheapen the kinds of reactions you get from the audience. It leaves you with the simple question of, is this moment in the match cheered because it's good? Or because it's recognizable? You can even hear fans in the crowd pointing out the moments they recognize in the middle of the match. This spot in particular might be the most blatant use of intertextuality to draw a response from the crowd. The famed wrist control struggle in this match carries none of the emotional weight of Kazuchika Okada finally overtaking Tanahashi to claim a win in the Tokyo Dome, or the desperation of Katsuyori Shibata trying to physically dominate a weakened and vulnerable champion. One might say that these are unfair, unequal comparisons to make, but the fact that the wrestlers used these spots to begin with invites those very comparisons. The fans themselves are as much a part of this intertextual performance as the wrestlers are. When the action starts to heat up and an opportunity presents itself, the crowd erupts into chants of, "Fight forever." A chant most famously used in the Nakamura-Zayn match a couple years ago. Again, the line between quality and recognizable continues to blur. Perhaps one way to resolve this blur is to step away from the idea of a good match and return to the idea of a good story. The best matches are the ones that tell a story. They make you invest, boo, cheer, and care for the action in the ring. The more concern we show for the stories and motivations unfolding in the ring, the less we have to rely on big spots, big moves, and references to make a crowd chant that this is awesome.